read the disclaimer. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Ghoul for Ghoul. I'm your Dungeon Master, Rich, and with me are some malignant miscreants. So, Margo, do you want to start us off with some introductions?
I'm Margo. I go by she, her, and tonight I'll be playing Enzo Boybelly.
My
am I supposed
name
to say
is.
more than that? Oh.
Nope, that is enough.
I was trying to draw it out for dramatic tension, as I do. I am Alex, he, him, and I will be playing Ghideon Brightsoul.
am V. For the purposes of our podcast, I will be using they pronouns. I don't know if this is a podcast. This is a stream. I already fucked up. And I will be playing Tinct Dendro.
All right. With introductions out of the way, let's get started. Our game begins in waiting room 79426 at Souls Incorporated. Souls Incorporated, if you don't know, is a place that existed for those who have passed but not yet passed on. It's where someone who has been recently deceased can wait the 1 minute after Revivify and before the 10-day of Race Dead, where a soul would then be guided to their respective afterlife by the deity or devil who's laid claim to their soul. Inside of this particular waiting room, there were 4 occupants. First, there was a PC receptionist named Sasha, who currently was on the rotary phone. Hello, Souls Inc. Please stand by. Hannah, work has been absolutely the worst. Hang on. Hello, Souls Incorporation. Please hold. And across the myriad of self-help books, with titles like Processing the Fact You're Dead and Moving On to Your Next Stage of Existence, there was a goblin, a grung, and a human. And as the pixie looked across the lot, she started to call out. Enzo? Enzo?
Yeah?
Come to the counter.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
And Margo, would you be so kind as to describe Enzo as he makes his way up to the counter?
Enzo's about 3'7". He's got neatly cropped black hair, in a very expensive style. He's wearing all nice clothing, all brand name, super neat, super tidy. Right now he's wearing a suit with a nice tie and perfectly tailored pants. And underneath that is a suit of armor. It actually fits quite nicely. It's a very sleek suit of armor. So, you can tell it's armor, but it doesn't stick out much, And he's got these lime green pauldrons on his shoulders. That's the only part of his armor that sticks out of the suit. And Enzo is a little bit pissed off right now, but he goes up to the counter and he says, yeah, how may I help you?
Yeah. Hold 1 second. Hannah? Hey, Hannah. Yeah. Honestly, I really need to quit this job, It's like dealing with these souls day in and day out. It's kind of annoying. But I mean, some of the deities that come through are just fabulous. Like Asmodeus came to claim some souls.
Excuse me.
Oh,
Excuse me.
in a minute, I'm on the phone. All right, so Asmodeus claimed some souls, and he kind of was like, trust me, he was like totally hot. And oh, yeah. Hold on, Hannah. The person's just staring at me. Oh, hi.
Hello.
Yeah. Oh yes. Oh yes. Let's see. Enzo. It says here that uh, Lubiet. Yep.
Yes, Maglubiat.
Yeah. They so listen. They'll be here in about 10 days. So you can kind of chill out in the waiting room for the next 10 days or so. You'll be good. Good to go.
Excuse me. This waiting room is fairly bare bones. And you want me to stand here for 10 days?
Just sit here, you can talk to the other patrons. Hold on.
No,
Here.
I'm sorry. There's must be some mistake. Like, look, ma'am. There is no way that I am standing here for another 10 seconds, let alone 10 days. Excuse me.
You're first off, you're excused. Second off, I don't appreciate your attitude. Listen here.
I don't appreciate your attitude.
Well then. Let me look at your file real quick. She just grabs kind of like a scroll through some files. How did you manage to piss her off?
Oh. Who's her? There's a lot of hers that I've pissed off in my life.
There's only one her that led you down to the bottom of the sea. As we do a brief flashback to Enzo's last moment. As the water floods into your lungs as you struggle trying to gasp for any semblance of air. Pissed off the wrong person. That's matter of, it was a job for you, right? They describe it?
It was nothing more than a job. It was pure business, and whatever that was that killed me, I had no business doing that. It took things personally, when it, quite frankly, should have just backed off.
But it wasn't just you.
Wasn't. Oh my god, it was Sophia. Oh dear. Hey, you! What's your name?
My name is Hannah.
Hannah, where is my sister?
Your sister. The Hannah just kind of like scrolls through the paperwork. Yeah, things aren't looking good for her. She's in rating room 1113.
How do I get to there?
You don't. Sit here quietly, wait for your god to pick you up. You know what? You seem like you've been such a good goblin overall, doing goblin things. You're going to goblin heaven. Sister, on the other hand, not so much.
But what is that supposed to mean? Like, I do not see where you get off being so judgmental. Honestly, it's a little bit offending.
I mean, this entire place is about judging souls and escorting them to their right gods.
Well, look, my sister and I belong together, you see? So, if you'll just escort me where I belong and where she belongs, I'm sure that everything will resolve itself, okay?
How about you sit down and wait for your god to come, and then you take it up with them?
Hey! You know what? I am sitting down, but not because you told me to.
But you go to sit back down?
Yeah.
You see that she kind of like goes back. Tasha, honestly, these girls are so impatient. Hang on, I guess someone's work is calling. 1 second. She just switches the line. She's using like this old school like rotary phone to like sort of communicate with people. Yes, rating room 79426. She kind of looks around the waiting room, looks at the rest of you guys. Yeah, you see some empty chairs throughout the room. Yeah, it's completely full. We can't handle any more souls coming through here. Yeah, no. We should be good. Ghideon?
What?
Ghideon.
I'm sorry, you're gonna have to speak up over the sound of all the ambiance you have going here. You got baying wolves in the background. I'm an old man.
She kind of just, this small pixie woman kind of like pushes out of her desk, walks over to you, and just shouts in your ear, Ghideon!
Ah, yes, of course, that's me. I'm Ghideon. Can I help you?
Yes, well, I should have honestly just brought my paperwork from the desk. Now I have to go all the way back. Okay, walk to the desk with me.
Fine. As I kind of go to stand up, and what you see is he's an older man. He's in his late 50s, in his 60s, graying almost gone hair on his head. He's got, a kind of long, bushy beard, wrinkles all over his face. Just wearing kind of regular traveler's kind of clothes, old with holes and random spots. Just an unassuming old man. As he follows you up to your little desk.
Yeah, so Hannah kind of goes over paperwork. She finds your file. Aw, that's so sad.
I mean, there's a lot of things that's sad. I mean, I'm kind of in here. Your seats are kind of sad, by the way. Do you ever have like, I don't know, cushions or something? I'm like, yes, I'm dead, but I also understand comfort.
Listen here, if I acquiesce to every single request of a person who came here, people ask for beds, body pillows. I don't know what makes you comfortable. I deal with souls. I don't know what you need. Yeah.
Listen, these are like these giant oak chairs. I've got this thing that's like twice the size of my torso above me. You just put a little mat down or something. I mean, come on.
Also, you don't even have a body. How are you feeling uncomfortable right now?
There's a lot of great questions. How did I get here? Why am I sitting here? Does your phone make calls out? Like collect calls? I don't know.
Okay. The phone is used for Soul Incorporated members only to contact your deity or god.
Good luck with that.
No, your god was rather, appreciative towards you. Overall, you served her well. You were a great fisherman.
Oh, well. At least I have that going for me. I mean, still dead, but hey, bonus points.
Honestly, your work in the community as well was quite good.
Well, I mean, not much of a community to go around, but you try to do what you do.
It does seem like your life was quite rough. And she pauses for a moment. It seems like it did not end very well either.
It did. Hey, got a question. Is Ophelia? Did she make it by here? Small girl, yay high.
She starts to look through her records. Honestly, I'm not supposed to do this, but you're already dead, so it's not like you're going to snitch or anything. She came about 4 days before you did, and is already well on her way to meet her god.
Going to
Like
heaven?
she's
I
going
heard
to
you
heaven.
yell. Oh, thank God. Well, you won't hear any more complaints from me unless you start turning it. I have tinnitus, sort of, and it gets loud with the ringing and the. I don't know how a ghost still has tinnitus.
I don't know either. And then we flash back to your last moments. There on the docks, your visions blurred by the falling rain, your hand wrapped in chains covered in blood. You stare down at the corpses of those who attempted to cover up Ophelia's death. And then, bang, you fall into the water and your consciousness starts to slip away. In his final moments, what were Gideon's thoughts?
In my last moments as Ghideon, as I could feel the cold steel in my hands and the taut muscles in my forearms and biceps doing anything that an old man can do at that age, I feel a mixture of pure anger and success.
Regrets?
I've got a lot of them. There's always going to be one that I won't be able to solve.
I'd imagine so. Anyway, you can go back to your seat now, as Hannah goes back to her phone. Sasha, I'm feeling really bummed out right now.
Hi. So, you're dead, huh? Me too.
I mean, pretty sure we're all dead here, but yes, I am.
No.
Do you like the chair?
Oh yeah, these chairs are pretty uncomfortable. You know, you think as a ghost that you'd be afforded certain comfortabilities, but I guess not.
I'm gonna be really honest. I can't feel the chair. I just saw you interacting with her. She's kind of rude, and
I know.
wanted to throw her off a little bit.
Oh yeah, no, I can't feel a thing.
Yeah, this is the the tinnitus is still there, by the way. That was
Really?
very loud braying of wolves and the screaming. I don't know how they turn that on and off. Very ominous. I like it, but very loud. Not for like we've been here for what? I don't even know how long I've been here for.
I know. Yeah. Well, yeah. Best of luck with your tinnitus thing. Yeah. Look, I'm Enzo.
Oh, Ghideon, great to meet you for the next. I look around. Is there like a clock on the wall?
There is a clock. So as you look a little bit above Hannah, there is a clock that reads 10 days left until Ray's Dead expires.
It raced debt.
Ray's Dead. It's a spell like Revivify, except for you can bring back someone within 10 days.
Got it. Okay.
So this is basically a waiting room in case you have some means of coming back to life. For example, if you have an insurance company that offers revival services.
So, for the next 10 days, we're here. Know any good games?
Yeah, I think I got a set of cards on me or something. Somewhere
Do
on
I,
me. I
do
don't
I have
know.
a
I
set
mean,
of cards? When
look,
you're
maybe
dead.
I don't. Like, I used to, but I guess I don't.
Meanwhile, while your guys are having this riveted discussions about chairs and cards, the Hannah is like, she quickly goes back on her phone with her friend Sasha. Like, seriously, he's a god of lust. Let me tell you, well, devil, what god devils, honestly, we Fae are kind of like neutral, but like, trust me, if I was a celestial, I would totally fall for him. Oh, 1 second, I got one more customer. Uh, Tink, Tink,
It's Tinct, ma'am.
Tinct. Okay. Please come up to
Tinct
the
hops
desk.
up to the desk. Tinct hops up to the desk.
All right. He kind of like starts scrolling through your file. Let's see. You're like a duty. Talk about sloth. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're destined for hell. Just like quickly looking through your file.
That bastard of a brother of mine slandering my name every way the wind blows. I am not derelict of duty. I abdicated.
Yeah, but according to your file, and we actually do flashback to your last moment. You cannot move, but are perfectly aware of everything around you. It started with just a sip of your flask. Then you were left in a death-like state of paralysis. Once you were found, the funeral was rushed, but fitting of the former heir. A grand pyre was erected in your honor and lit while your family and people gathered to watch, unaware that you still lived. You rapidly dehydrated due to the heat, with your skin beginning to crack and flake. Sensation began to return to your body, only to be met with burning torment as you were dying. The only thing that you could make out in this sea of flames was a single pair of eyes, your brother's eyes, staring in presumable glee as the last potential challenger to his throne was now dying. As you died, Tink, what were your last thoughts?
I am going to find a way back. I am going to scatter his ashes for the wind.
It truly is such a beautiful thought, though now nearly impossible to achieve. since not only are you dead, but currently you're bounded for hell.
Ma'am, I see on your wall, raised dead. I do not believe works on a body that is turned to ash.
That is correct. While Raised Dead will work on the other two, the service is no longer available to you.
Where the hell can I get a drink?
No, you can't have a drink. This is the afterlife waiting room. Seriously, Sasha? These customers are the absolute worst. Like, honestly, one asked for a drink, another one asked for a better chair. They're supposed to be dead. Why
Tinct
do
is
you need
going
these
to reach
things?
over and hang up the phone.
Rude.
Ma'am, I asked you a question.
And I'm telling you that there's no drinks here.
And how the hell do I get out of here? Get myself a drink.
Wait 10 days. Mammoth will claim your soul, and you go to hell. How it works around here.
Where's the goddamn express line? I ain't gotta wait 10 days. There's no body to bring back.
Well, I'm afraid that we have to follow regulation.
Does regulation set that you need terrible chairs? Just wondering, where's the boundaries in this?
Listen here, I'm tired of, and as she kind of begins to go off, or most of you guys kind of notice him because I rolled really low on the dice. You see this grungy old man with an unkempt beard. Ashen skin with visible molten gold veins adorns his body. He is wearing nothing but rags and an eye patch. As he tiptoes slowly behind Hannah, the sound of gold coins jingling accompanies his every step. Hannah seems way too worked up to even notice this person despite his low roll. Well, listen
Enzo.
here. I cannot.
Oh, go ahead.
No,
Sorry.
seriously? You interrupted me while I was talking to your frog pal over here. Now, I am sick and tired of dealing with you belligerent customers. I am on the phone talking to my friend. As she says that, the figure tiptoes closer.
Enzo, I know I'm old and whatnot and dead and I might be going crazy, but is there a weird man sounding of money kind of tiptoeing around like an idiot?
Yeah, I see that too. Yeah. I don't know. I say we see how this plays out.
Yeah, I'm not telling her.
Tinct is also just watching, just staring at her and behind her and watching.
So she's like having it out for you. You know, she's just like upset because you
Just
hung up on her friend and stuff. And all the
has like
while,
fully checked out of what she's saying and is just like letting her yell at him and watching and waiting to see what happens.
suddenly the being that's sneaking behind her reveals a scabbard, stabs her in the chest, sword coming out through the other side, as Hannah collapses to the ground dead.
Hey,
And you are?
I am Ghoul.
is she gonna end up here?
Good question. We'd rather not spend time to find out. Who here wants a jailbreak? Or you rather wait and see if you end up in heaven or hell?
I ain't got nowhere better to be.
You got better chairs?
Yes, I do have better chairs.
All right, I'm in.
Yeah, yeah. 10 days sounds no good to me.
Right. So as you guys kind of agree to this random stranger's proposal, he kind of like opens a portal and says, come, step into my office.
Do we have legs? Like, what are we?
You're spirits. So, yes, you have legs. No, you don't float. Think of yourselves as like those TV souls capable of still walking around.
Okay, I guess so. Yeah, I'll step through the portal with my non-existent legs.
Tinct will follow.
Yeah.
Right.
Why the hell not?
So the three of you kind of step through a ghoul's portal, and you're introduced in this like very like sloppy like waiting room, or not the waiting room, like this kind of office. Like things are thrown about. It's like sort of a contract. Speaking of which, crawling up to him and coiling itself around his neck, you see a small pack drake. A pack drake, if you don't know, is kind of this tiny golden dragon used for contracts and official agreements. It's just there, sitting on his neck, chilling. Anyway, I have a proposition for you lot.
Where's the chairs?
Right here, as he introduced like velvety cushion seat. There.
Oh, perfect. Well, I'm good then. 10 days, was it?
No, not with me.
Oh, well.
How would you like to no longer be dead?
I would like that very much.
I mean, I was shot like 10 times. Like, be more specific. Am I going to come back and still have 10 bullet holes in me? Like, what?
Your body will be restored. Quite frankly, probably for the best, for the one who's completely in smolders. Unless you want to come back as some ash monstrosity.
Would be a miserable existence.
Precisely.
What's the catch?
The catch is, you deliver to me a small nominal payment here and there.
How long's here and there?
Let me put it another way. You can either work for me and pay the occasional dues, or you can spend an eternity gnashing your teeth and gnawing at the bits of hell. It's really your choice.
I'll take your bargain if you can guarantee I get back, or that bastard dies a natural death.
You take care of your unfinished business at any way you see fit. All I care about is the gold, and I don't care how you get it to me.
Now,
I-
I'm not. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead, Ghideon.
I'm sorry. I'm not going to question your judgment of a man who just stabbed the other person in the back over there, and I guess we're inside his, I don't know, his rumpus room of sorts. But your invitation is for a well-dressed goblin, a frog that was lit on fire, and an old man are going to get you gold. That's your plan.
Absolutely. I'll take what I can get.
So, look, I have a sister. Her name is Sophia. Could this offer be extended to her as well?
No, the offer is just for you lot, and you lot alone. However, give me enough gold and the power to break her out of hell yourself would be yours for the taking.
Look. So you're telling me if we just make you a few gold coins, how much, like, first off, how much do you want? I have gold, I have money.
But we start with 1,000 by the end of the year.
1,000.
1,000 gold pieces. Do this, and you'll pay your annual dues to me, and I'll grant you more power. Seeing as you're challenging hell, this should be no problem for you.
Are there any rules behind the power? Like, I appreciate powers as much as the next person, but stipulations, gold aside, are there any rules behind using the powers? Guardrails, like yes or no, you can, cannot. What are we talking here?
Listen, lie, cheat, steal. I don't care what you do with the power, so long as you get me my gold.
Oh, well, I'm in.
1,000 each, or 1,000 total for all three of us?
It'll be a group lot, and that's only the initial fee. You can bet there'll be steeper costs over time.
Ghideon, and I'm sorry, I can't recall your name.
Tinct.
Tinct. Sorry, yes. You guys seem competent. You guys seem like you know how to work your way around society. Is that correct? Is that a correct impression that I am gleaning? Tell me about yourselves. I want to know a little bit more about you before I agree to go into business with you. I don't care to go into business with fools.
Or my bastard of a brother poisoned me and burned me alive, I had a quite successful moonshine still. I suppose. Reckon there's people here want some moonshine. Good way to make some gold.
Respectable. And Ghideon, I do not wish to doubt you. Do not wish to call your mannerisms into question, but what's your deal?
Oh, please call away. Yeah, I'm an old man. I work the docks, and if you're not aware of how the docks are going and the fishing is going, then we probably have other problems in that society. Yeah, not much fishing going on. So, I mean, I know how to use a boat. I killed a man with a chain. Is that doing anything for you?
Killed a man with
winning
a
you
chain.
over?
Oh, I can respect someone who now and then prefers a rightfully placed murder.
A lot of money to be made in killing men.
That is true. And I'll tell you about myself. I was sort of a land developer. I dealt in factories. My sister and I ran a successful corporation. So, if you take me as my word, and there is no reason why you should not, because I am a man of my word, I can assure you that I am quite competent at making money.
Hey, Ghoul man, are you sure you got the right guy? Because you got two people who they seem like they know the way around, and I literally just work the docks. I don't know if you heard. There's no fish anywhere.
I told you already, I don't care. Though, I suppose I can help raise your odds a bit.
I have no idea what that means, but that sounded ominous. I don't know if anyone else got that.
Agree. Ominous as shit.
I can grant you lot at least an initial boon to start our long working relationship.
I'm gonna
Right.
lean over to Enzo because just by the way that Enzo is dressed, I assume that he's smart. The hell does a boon mean?
It means reward, so to speak.
Oh, free stuff. Cool.
Ghoul doesn't give stuff for free. Consider it down payment.
Down payment. I was dead anyway.
I'd prefer signing bonus.
Very well then, a signing bonus.
Tinct. The hell's a signing bonus?
Means we won't owe him shit when he gives it to us.
Oh, see, they're so smart.
I like the cut of the frog's jib, Tinct. I am more than happy to go into business with you. Old man, I'm not sure I'm sold on you. Is there any way that just the frog and I can work together? No offense, Mr. Ghideon, but you seem a few loose screws short of a cupboard.
The bill is for the lot of you. If the two of you want to earn 1,000 gold yourself, be my guest, but it counts for all three of you.
Right, but why? Why specifically rope all three of us in together when we met like 10 minutes ago?
To be honest with you, you're one of the first set of souls I managed to capture from the afterlife. If I let one of you go, you might report to the higher ups, so I have to trap you in eternity in my eye patch. Kind of unveils his eye patch. You see, like, some sort of like swimming souls in there.
Right, so this is some sort of startup?
You can consider it a startup if your mortal brain can comprehend that better.
So I'll be honest.
Right.
It seems like our only options is one: we go do this and get you money and get some sort of magnanimous powers to break into heaven or hell and destroy the gods themselves, or we live in your eye patch. Am I reading this correct?
I
Okay,
you
yeah,
rattled.
Enzo, like, I'm not living in an eye patch. I'm gonna be honest.
Look, yes, since the 1,000 gold would be for two of us or all three of us, then I see no problem in the three of us working together. Just don't weigh us down. And
The least that I can do is just contribute nothing. It's not like I'm gonna steal from you. Maybe.
well, right. I don't know.
Well,
Tinct,
man, if
what
you
do you
make
think?
this harder for me, I will kill you. If you do
I've
nothing,
already.
I don't give a shit.
That's fair. I mean, I've already died once. Couldn't hurt to die again. What happens if we die again?
Your souls,
Weird
Can we
man.
die again?
if you die a second time, your souls will come to me. And
We
I
go
would
in the
just
eye
use-
patch.
Yes, you would go in the eye patch.
Okay, but what if I die trying to get you money and I don't want to be in your eye patch because I want to keep getting you money so that I can go kill my brother? Do I get to leave the eye patch?
We can work out a potential other deal. But
I owe you more money. Got it.
pretty much you go into debt. And I'd probably have you work on my ship. For a few years.
Wait, there's a ship? Where the hell did this ship come from?
Listen, you're aboard my ship right now.
It
Pink
So-
looks around.
So right now you're
It's
just
like a
in
shitty office.
You're right now in his office, but he comes and opens the door to his office and reveals that you're aboard his seafaring vessel. Only it's not the sea, actually lava. As he's sailing around hell.
Now, I have one more question for you, Eye Patch Man.
Hey,
I'm seeing lava. Is there water?
there water.
I am a frog from a swamp. I need to be in water.
Yes, there's also water. Listen,
The
I'm a
cheap
demon.
dead.
I go between hell, heavens, all the other. So
Aren't you
yes,
kind of overdoing it with you're driving a boat through eternal damnation in lava? You got a magical eye patch that sucks us into your head or whatever cavity in your skull. Like, this is a little much.
listen here. I don't need to sit here and take your judgment.
You cannot begrudge us for ironing out a proper contract when you want us to work for you.
Fair enough. Yes, there will be water.
Do dead frogs need water? Just asking.
You know what? I don't know. Do I need water if I'm dead? Can I dip in the lava? Does that count as water?
Yeah, can we touch the lava?
Do you guys want to touch the lava?
Yes.
All right, let's have our first Constitution saving throw as you're a soul-touching hellfire.
Oh boy, here we go. I have to load that up to do my constitution.
Now that I'm thinking
I'm
about it, I
pretty
also need water to make moonshine.
Constitution. 19.
19. Yeah, you managed to, you dip it quickly for realizing it's probably a bad thing for your soul to, touch hellfire and quickly just, retract your hand away. As the spiritual's fingertip kind of, is singed.
So, be real honest, everybody. Probably not a good idea to touch that. We're dead, but not that dead.
I mean, if you're for oblivion, then sure.
No, not a big fan of Oblivion.
Right, okay, good to know.
Or actually, it's more eternal torture, not really oblivion. Like, you'll regenerate, stuff. It just hurts a lot.
So about this eye patch, where does it go? I'm still back on the eye patch.
Listen here, it goes into a pocket dimension inside of my head, where I can call upon your souls, to like do various jobs for me.
You're gonna call upon a six.
Listen, how hard is it? Right of here, she kind of like pulls back his eye. It's just like you feel like the calling of money and coins and stuff. Just be trapped in there.
I got the gist. It just sounds painful. Having people walking around in a pocket in your head.
Sounds stupid. You're gonna call a 60-year-old man out of your head. Hey, do this for me.
No. I'm a demon. This is just what I do, okay?
And I have arthritis. Good luck.
I'm a demon of avarice. What do you expect?
Enzo, what is avarice?
Greed.
Ah, of course. We're all tracking the funny things you're saying.
Anything else you lot want to add?
Moonshine still.
He just pours
it ain't gotta happen right now, but I mean, if you want me to make you money and you're avarice, easiest way is some booze.
I don't care what you do, just give me the money. Fair?
Right. And if you want it, I'm telling you, I need shit to make moonshine.
Well, work it amongst the two other people with.
The fuck does that mean?
Work out
He
how
wants
you're
us
getting
to
moonshine.
buy you moonshine.
Right, no, but like, I just got here. I don't know where the fuck to buy shit around here. You want to start up, you need investment funds.
I'm restoring your bodies to you, okay? So whatever you have back on the material plane, use that. Figure that out. Just give me my money.
Oh, all right. Cool. That's all I need to know.
I was a poor man working the dock. Not sure if you heard my backstory. Super sad. There was probably a flashback with that woman back there. I was poor. Again, 60-year-old man, arthritis, tinnitus. There's many itises.
Ghoul just lets out a long sigh. All right. Like I said, I'm giving you an advantage to start out.
I need an advantage, and I need information.
What sort of information do you
need to find someone. Someone with enough money to make sure they're not found.
Listen, if you work for me, wealth, power, rescuing souls from the afterlife, information, all that can be available to you and more for the right price.
I don't care about money. I care about killing.
Very well then. Sounds like you'll do a good job making money then, by killing.
Now I can't argue with that.
Right? Is there anything else?
I think what I am struggling with is the fact that you have revealed that we are on a boat, and I don't believe there is a destination around that explains to me who I am meant to kill to get you your money.
Then I'm taking you back to the material plane. Figure it out there. Going back to your bodies.
I don't think we're supposed to kill people here in this hellish plane. I think we're just going back to topside.
Yes, but then how do we know who to kill? Just...
Listen, I don't care who you kill. Get the money. Kill a rich man.
Kill who
Kill
you
a poor
want.
man. Kill a good
Okay.
man. Kill an innocent baby. I don't care. Just give me the money.
I'd prefer if you didn't
Okay.
do that last one, just putting it out there.
I will do my best, but if a baby touches me, I can't guarantee it won't just die.
I mean, it's fair. If a
Like
baby
any
poisons your
poison.
drink like the last time, sorry, I can overhear. I have tinnitus, but I have very good hearing. If a baby poisons you, then maybe we can have that argument, but just maybe
Right.
put
No,
that
I said do not take pleasure or joy in killing babies, but if a baby should touch me, my skin is poisonous and it will most likely die. Hence,
That sucks.
if any of us needs to kiss a baby, it will not be me.
Why are we kissing babies? This just got
I don't
really out of
know.
left field.
The
Enzo, I'm leaving
weird
that to
shit
you.
that humans do.
Look, I gotta be real. You two seem like pieces of shit. I think we'll get along just fine.
Thank you.
I take offense to that, but all right.
Do you? Because I do not mean it as an insult. I mean
Oh.
that in the kindest way possible. I'm a piece of shit. I will admit that proudly. And honestly, if you two were goody goodies, I'm not sure how far we would get.
No, my name's Ghideon.
Ah, yes.
Not goody goody. Ghideon. So you must have heard my name wrong. Okay.
No. Hey, look, if you have good hearing, that is quite complimentary. I have famously been known to mishear things.
Hey, Weird Bone Man, can I take the chair with me? Because you promised the chair, but you didn't set a time limit. I like the chair. I've got nothing topside.
You know what? Farewell. What Ghoul will do is first, he'll crunch up some gold coins and blow some gold dust in your face.
Oh, God!
And as you are sort of like hit by this wave of dust, you guys actually feel like a wave of energy come through. As you go from sort of like commoner stats to, and like mechanical terms, jump to level 3.
Oh, God! I'm dying again!
Your tinnitus feels like a little bit better actually.
Oh, this is nice.
Oh.
Look, everybody, I can bend my arms. I don't know if we're like transporting somewhere. I'm just gonna assume I'm just gonna sit there bending my arms and like testing my knees.
Yeah, no, you're still on the boat right now.
Will we forgive the term respawn together?
That is a good question.
Or
I
are
was
you
wondering
planning
the
on
same
putting
thing.
us back where we died? Because I might just immediately die again, depending on who's there.
Very well. I'll bring you back in a neutral territory, a shit town known as Wraithwater.
Ah,
Eh,
And you can feel
I've been
free,
worse.
You can feel free to roll a history check for me. Enzo, you can get advantage.
Got a 2.
Well,
Plus, I don't know. What? I got a 3.
I got a 10.
Gonna go a history check. I have no. Ooh, wow, 14. I got nothing.
all right. So that 14 is good enough to know of Wraith Waters. I mean, it used to be kind of like this Producious fishing village. You would, so yeah, I would say that Ghideon would have some knowledge of Wraith Waters, but it was.
Is it? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
But through like recent works, like sort of like this acts of like different construction companies, certain like kind of polluters, the town kind of fell into defunct. The water got polluted, uh, basically resulting in them losing their fishing, like ships, sort of like yeah, basically everything kind of fell wayside once they lost access to like the fish dying from the pollution. Uh, adventurers rarely come through. It's just basically became a shit town.
Is it anything worse than where I was beforehand, or is it just like comparable?
It's fairly comparable. Like certain construction company basically kind of like tore up a lot of a lot of towns over.
Oh, don't worry, everybody. This is going to be great. You're going to feel right at home. Wraithwater, wonderful place. Smells exactly as you would expect from the name, but you know what? Who here hasn't been in a very terrible smelling town? I barely have any smell at this point.
Well, all right then.
Sounds to me like a perfect place to start making me gold. As Ghoul begins to usher you off his ship and into the portal of Wraithwaters. So, as you step through the portal, the first thing to really hit you would be the smell. A putrid odor kind of wastes through the town and sort of lingers on you. In this place, illness and disease has run rampant, as much of it has been left a polluted waste, courtesy of the construction company that pillaged the land. The water was left as a murky, disgusting green, very not potable, and the buildings are mostly dilapidated. Cobblestone paths are left filled with potholes and janky lines. It's a part of the forgotten corner of the world, like so far
That
removed.
body of water, is that fresh or salt water?
It's neither that gross. It's like,
I just I just need to know if Tinkt can take a dip in it or if it's full of salt and he's gonna get sick from being in it because that's basically the ocean.
yeah, it's essentially salt water. It's like
Okay.
gunk, trash, filth.
Okay. We will not be taking naps in there.
I feel like I'm at home. This is great.
And
Isn't it wonderful, everyone?
It's certainly something.
It's certainly something.
inside of your pockets, you find a contract.
Regular payment to Ghoul is no amount less than 1,000 gold a year. Failure to comply with.
Well,
Army of packed drakes shall descend upon.
See, everyone got the same message in their pocket, right?
Yeah.
First off, I'm confused how he just reached his hand into our pockets. I'm not comfortable with that.
So as you came through the portal, your bodies have reconstituted. Like Enzo, your body that had been battered, broken, and bruised by the tidal waves kind of pops back into place. In fact, make a constitution check for me, actually.
it's a 17.
17, you cough out a bunch of seawater like and in terms of Ghideon, like the bullets not all of them, kind of came out of your body when you were shot earlier. So like you see a few bullets come out of your open wounds and fall to the ground before they can fully heal over. And as for Tink, you kind of reconstitute as a sort of like ashy pile and sort of like can shake off the soot as you two kind of come back to life. And after that was when the note was found in your reconstituted bodies.
I mean, he's still weird. Like, I'm a weird guy. That guy was weird. Like, I don't know.
Well, gentlemen, if we can scrounge up enough funds to hitch a ride to my hometown, then I'm sure that I can tap into my coffers and that will be plenty.
Yeah, sure. I am completely destitute. I have no funds whatsoever.
Tinkt is going to reach into his pocket. You said we fully reconstituted, right? And look for his flask.
Your flask is there.
Is it full?
It was exact same state as it was when you died.
Immediately begins chugging it.
Make a constitution saving throw for me.
11 plus 3. I can do math. 14.
Tink just is frozen perfectly still, completely paralyzed.
Oh, goodness.
Huh.
As you recall, your brother poisoned your
in his
flask.
head. God damn it!
It's
Perhaps I bet on the wrong one. Gideon, we mustn't touch this frog. I remember that. But
yeah. Is he just like? Is this like charades? Is he? I don't know what he's doing right now. Question: Do I, since we're reconstituted exactly as we died, do I still have that chain?
You'll have that chain.
Okay, so I got reconstituted with this chain in my hand. I mean, I don't really know if I want to just wait here for how long it's going to take for this frog to like right themselves. Can I just tie a chain? You think they would care if I tied a chain around their leg and we just pull them? Like,
sounds good to me. Let's
swell.
not wait around.
Just gonna walk up and I'm just gonna like tie this chain around Tinct's leg, and I'm just gonna is Tinct like standing up? Like
It's like this
frozen in
position.
place, standing up.
Yeah, he's just
Yeah,
perfectly
just fully,
frozen,
like-
solid. Yeah.
You can
So I'm
try
gonna
it,
look at you
that'll
like,
be shit.
we're like, well, I'd say I'm sorry, but I barely know who you are, so I'm just gonna yank it as you're just gonna slam on the ground.
Yeah. As you pull this chain, Tink picks up dirt as you drag him behind you. And actually, we're going to fast forward a little bit. So right now, the year deadline is fast approaching. I want to ask what sort of avenues you guys would have gone about to try to earn money over the year.
Has fully set up a moonshine still in the woods.
Incredible. But before that, it sounded like Enzo had wanted to contact a few of his former associates.
Yeah, definitely. And I guess what I'm picturing is when Enzo does this, because he can make sending stones, but then he can who. So, but I'm guessing like he had, you know, contingency plans, but I'm picturing that like everything went pear shaped. That in his death, like his company was handed over to his worst enemy. Like I don't think this is a route that is realistic to take. But yeah.
For so I imagine you could set up a phone call to your company. Do you want them? First off, do you want them to know that you're alive?
I would talk to my most trusted goon. I mean, that didn't die.
So one of your goons that weren't at the event.
Yeah.
So there's like this little towny kid that you're well associated, Couchy. Want to
Yeah.
call him up?
I mean, yeah, I don't think Couchy would be the first person I talk
Sure.
to because he's just a kid, but
Also call someone in your company, like say
yeah.
Bernie. Bernie wouldn't show up that day. You know, Bernie wasn't feeling that well.
Yeah.
He had his whole like wife and kids. You know,
Yes. All right.
so
Boiny. It's Enzo. I'm
ow.
back. I have a hell of a lot to explain, Boiny, and I don't know if I can do that right now, but yeah, how like I'm coming back. Get things ready for me. I'm
Don't come back here.
what? Why not?
Go.
So
Go.
that bastard,
Yeah.
that piece of shit.
He moved in on our territory. You know, like all the strongest guys went with you, man. No one found your body, so we just
Look, Boiny, don't tell anyone I'm back. I'm gonna make things right, and Boiny, you're gonna be my second in command.
okay.
So
Wife,
hold out
kids,
for me.
wife, kids all in hiding. We found a spot in Coghaven, so you ever make your way there. You know, you got my number.
Yeah, I do. Thanks, Boynes.
Like the rest of us, kind of scattered. You know, it's honestly like Weeks after the incident, Joe moved in and there was a hail of gunfire.
Well, you stay safe. Tell Louise I say hi.
We'll do so. Take care, Enz.
Honestly, I should have expected this, that Joe would, usurp me, but all hope is not lost. We need to make it to Coghaven at some point, but I'm not sure how far away that is.
You recall that your rival Joe's construction company is very old school. They are like this Italian group.
Does Italy exist in this world?
Not okay, Italian aesthetic group. Not Italy does not exist.
I was just asking. I gotta know.
That's no, Italy does not exist in the world.
Okay.
But
Mafioso types.
All weird, like magical stuff, and then just Italy is there.
Yeah.
just magical Italy.
Just normal people, Italy. Spaghetti, the works.
They are dressed impeccably.
Look.
Have
So,
fine fashion.
yeah, I mean, so we have 0 gold on us right now?
Yeah, you have 0 goals.
Okay.
Just whatever you had on you. Yeah, not a lot of people carry gold on them these days. Considering the fact that 2/3 of you had some level of wealth, I'd say you'd be aware that most people set up bank accounts to store their money, and those who can't afford that tend to bury their gold somewhere else, somewhere they can keep, hidden in secret.
Yeah. I feel like we can just yeah. Enzo probably had a bunch of contingency plans that all went completely haywire, and like the first week Enzo just spends trying to contact every single bank, contact every single person, and it all just is a dead end. I feel like that's how it goes.
Yes, Enzo, we have your death certificate here.
Bullshit, I'm alive.
Uh,
I'm alive, I'm right here.
we had confirmation of death. We had Claire's confirm your body and everything. You're found in the middle of the lake. Found.
That's bullshit. I have it on good word that no, my body was never found.
Well, that's why we have scribe services here. Who said your body wasn't found? And while technically we don't leak this information to the public, we do have scribe services to confirm if our customers are all dead or alive.
Thanks, you've been no help whatsoever. Bye.
Hang up on the bank.
Yeah. Yeah, so I feel like that's what Enzo spent his first week doing. And then he definitely wants to sell his nice clothes in exchange for shitty clothes. That's what Enzo's doing in his first week. But we can. Everyone else should.
Yeah, we can circle back to Enzo trying to sell his clothes. But for now, let's start with some business roles. So, what sort of jobs would you guys have been attempting to do to try to earn money over the past year or so?
I mean, I guess I'll say for Ghideon, it's not about the money. It's he has spent the past year what looks like indiscriminately killing, whether money's coming from the plan of killing this higher up business person or not. That's what he's been doing. It's more of like the seedier roles.
Yeah, I imagine someone from the Assassin's Guild, like a handler, would probably have reached out to Ghideon and hired him for different jobs over the past year or so. Gravewater is also a town filled with scum. So this is where the bottom of the barrel scum kind of show up. So yeah, there absolutely be killing jobs available. So what I would say for this role, what sort of skills would you consider using for assassinating?
You said scales or skills?
Skills. Athletics, if you're really strong arming people, intelligence, trying to trap lure them the traps, and then
I would say it's stealth and intimidate. I'd say kind of like stealth my way through certain areas, not trying to be like super secret, like hiding behind things, but like kind of knowing how to kind of walk through a crowd without being seen as somebody who's always been bottom of the barrel. And just kind of finding very targeted people and then either depending on what's happening, intimidating them to get some information out of them, and then just straight up killing them, not trying to be subtle about it.
So to start out with, let's roll a stealth check to see how good you are at this assassin job. DC 10 to earn some money, DC 15 to earn great money, do a great job at it, and DC 20 to do an excellent job. And I have to ask, would you have roped any of the others into your work?
I don't. I feel like with the other two, they've been focusing on their legitimate business concerns, trying to reestablish their normal lives, where I was just kind of, this is kind of like a second life for me in a way.
I will say that Tinct has poison skin if you use piercing weapons and absolutely would be willing to touch things and make them poisonous. Since
Yeah,
we
so I can
are
like I can
asked
intimidate
to make
people.
money to
I could be like, I will make you touch this frog. Do you understand how poisonous they are? Like, this is not even just, it's just a high five. Like, you're not going to have a good time. Like, I guess I would bring Tinct along. I don't know about the existential crisis that's happening with Enzo. I don't know if Enzo is just going through like spiraling depression because he's lost all of his contingency plans.
Enzo has a pretty steely resolve. I think once he realizes that he has no like remnants of his former life, he he just gets to business. He's able to like regain his senses pretty quickly and like just, eye on the prize, thinking about resurrecting his sister, thinking about getting revenge on that damn river spirit.
All right. So, do I get anything extra if Tinkt is joining me, or?
Yeah, I say if Tink is joining you, you can make the roll with advantage.
I mean, Enzo will go. Enzo's no,
I have
he's not against killing.
a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
At what point do we test the boundary of how far we can leave Wraith's water?
Very well leave Rafe water.
Oh,
Ghoul
we can.
Ghoul does not care as long as you
Okay,
get the money.
got it.
Yeah, because I thought we had to leave because we were going to check on Enzo's thing, and then realized that just kind of. Remember, I dragged you with the chain.
Yes,
I
I just
assume
wasn't
for
sure if we were
like.
like stuck in the town or if we had like free reign.
But you have free reign.
I assume I
Got it.
dragged you for a couple of hours.
Yeah, Ghoul just brought you to Rafe Waters just because you asked to not be anywhere near where you guys died.
Mm.
All right, cool. Should I roll my stealth check with advantage?
Yes, and I would say if Enzo's also helping you, add +2 in addition to the advantage.
All right, let's roll this. Okay, so 18, 21 with +3, and I have heavy armor.
All right, so add 200 gold pieces to your collective pot. As you had an excellent career. Like, it's not even just great; it was well above 20. So it's a very lucrative business. You earned 200 gold over the past year of assassinations.
All right.
Yeah. So, how are we keeping track of the gold? Who's holding on to it? Do we split it 3 ways? Just to be safe?
I
We
think
don't
it
mind
would
all
be.
our. Go ahead.
I'm going to be honest. I probably am not that big on math. That's my character. He's probably not the smartest, so probably would not want to leave the money with him. I feel like we would be pooling all the money together. I feel like either Tinkt or Enzo would be the smarter of the business people.
I think a Tinct would default to letting Enzo keep the money, but if the goal were to hide it, then he'd absolutely find us a spot in that lake to just bury it.
Perhaps, yes. Hiding the money might be the best choice.
All right, 200 gold pieces. So I can just write it down, and I don't know if Enzo, do you want to record it on yours?
Yeah,
Your
I guess
gold piece,
so.
your sheet.
Yeah.
I'll keep it in my notes because I got notes. But like,
Yeah.
yeah, I just feel like with my character, he might not know how to count. I'm very basic math.
Gotcha.
You guys had a really good starter fund. Any other jobs that you guys would have done past year?
I mean, legitimately, I think I'm wearing.
Still.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. I was just saying moonshine still. Absolutely
Yeah.
be selling people this alcohol that makes them go temporarily blind.
All right. I would say,
It is poison.
talk about your business a little bit.
I think that first week while Enzo's making phone calls and doing everything, Tinct is somewhere in the woods, like building a small shed, collecting random scrap supplies, and building a moonshine still. He's like filtering the water from the lake himself, just getting shit done and making some booze. And partially it's because he wants to make money, and partially it's because he's a very angry man when he doesn't have his drinkies.
Wow. So with that, I imagine you'd be rolling your. Let's roll your brewer supplies.
Okay.
So if you go
So I see brewer supplies,
click
but it
on that,
also is asking me to input an attribute.
yeah. So I would say, what would you consider? Like how? What is the style of Tinks?
I want to say so he's using his own poison, but it's also like just that science of very carefully measuring something out. So part of me wants to say sleight of hand, but I feel like that's also just me being metagamey. So maybe it's medicine because he is using his own poison to mix it. And he doesn't want to kill people. He just wants to fuck them up a little bit temporarily.
All right. Yeah. In that case, it makes perfect sense to make a medicine check here. Meanwhile, Enzo, Ghideon, would either of you like to help Tink out as he's working on his poisonous brew, as it were?
So I'm proficient in medicine checks, for one, being a cleric, and two, I would assume that while I'm not a businessman, I've lived in these back streets. I know a thing or two of just nature of just how back alley booze in a way, like at least know how to not fuck somebody up. Not necessarily know how to create it, but is that something, if we're going to go with medicine, I would be able to at least assist with?
Yeah, absolutely.
Enzo can help by like actually building the like stills. He can make carpentry tools. Um, he can and also he's proficient in chemistry, set chemistry tools. So like, I don't know, like the actual science behind the distilling or something like that. He can assist in that regard.
So yeah, I would say you can make a business roll similar to what Gideon had, except for the starting DC would go up by 5, just because you're splitting time between both the brewery and the assassin gigs.
With advantage or no?
With
Just
the
to
advantage
clarify.
and with the +2.
Okay. So 12 plus my medicine plus 3,
Yes.
15, 18.
All right, so with the moonshine business, 18 is certainly not terrible. You beat the threshold that was 15 to make some profit. And in a town like Wraithwater, booze definitely goes a long way. So you see some of the tavern regulars starts to check out your brews over the year. you start to get some regulars yourself, and collectively, I would say that you as a group earned around 150 gold pieces over the year. You definitely could have done better, but considering where your business was started from, you did pretty good. And in regards to this business, Tink, I have to ask, would you have gotten a guild membership?
Ooh.
So a guild membership would be 5 gold pieces for per month or 60 for the whole year.
I think Tinct would ask his companions who have helped him build the moonshine still if they think it's worth it to pay the money or just go under the table and
Do
supply
we
to the tavern.
do we know what the advantages of a guild membership are?
Yeah, the overall advantage is that you'll be licensed in trade and commerce. Also, there will be various contacts and connections you can make with the guild. In addition, for instance, if you have a roadside business, you'll be gifted a cart and a mule.
It sounds
I
like it might
mean,
be a, a worthwhile investment. Um, I believe in the grand scheme of things, 60 gold might not be much, but creating contacts, networking could be valuable.
Yeah.
What were you going to say, Gideon?
listen, Tink. Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Just say, listen, Tinct, it's a grand adventure. You go do what you need to do with your 60 gold. But I'm just saying, 200, 150, the first one just requires us to, kind of, pick you up and toss you at people. It's a lot more lucrative. This one it's a lot of effort. You're trying not to kill people. I assume you might have killed somebody already, but we just kind of swept it under the table. Just
I
saying,
hope.
maybe you need to put your efforts towards something. Just you touch people and they die. Just saying, just throwing it out there.
That is perhaps a good.
Exactly how many people of Wraithwater you think are looking for assassinations?
How many
'Cause
people would I have killed?
So I'd say based off of what you earned, it was a very lucrative year for you. Like there are a lot of wanted posters throughout the city, but there's also really tough security. So I'd say around 4 people.
Hmm.
4 people in a year.
it's
Wow.
like
I am a shitty assassin.
Well, it's sort of like a
the
new job for you, you know. Like you did good at it. Like the 4 people you targeted were like high enough profile, but
Yeah.
I
you're
think
also
that's what's going through Tinkt's mind is like the long-term payoff of like we owe this man 1,000 in a year, but that is obviously not going to happen based on how lucrative things have been. And are we here for the long haul to invest the time into growing a business, or are we just out to make a quick buck?
I mean, it's a good
'Cause if
point.
we're investing in a business, then I say yes, spend the 60 to expand.
I would assume that you all are kind of thinking about that. Like my character is not really looking long term. He doesn't plan long term. So he's just kind of like, whatever. Just as I was focusing on purely more for the killing, for less about the money, but more for a message. If you're doing that, whatever, I wouldn't care either way.
I say the people that you killed were very high profile individuals, and that's why it took so long. You had to hunt them down, track them down, and they would have had certain protections in place.
Well,
Not just killing them, it's also killing
And
bodyguards and stuff associated.
I think, yes, Tinkt does invest in the guild membership because he has a little bit of a god complex and is confident in his ability to develop this into something that will be lucrative in the future.
So you send in all the proper forms and paperwork, and a few weeks later, you're greeted by a human man. Hello. I am James Billowbottom. I'm here to call one Tinct about guild membership.
This is he.
Oh yes, listen here. While we appreciate doing business with Shoal, we're surely looking forward to your company. What exactly is the name again?
Fuck.
Oh fuck!
It's
All
a
right.
terrible name.
Suppose that's what you say when you drink it.
Oh
You
fuck!
go blind for about 5 minutes and you say, "Oh, fuck," but then you're having the best night of your life. So
Hey,
balances out.
that sounds absolutely wonderful. Yes, yes. Everything seems to be in order. We received your payment, so you'll receive your membership card in a moment. And also I believe a carriage and a mule, as it were, to transport your acumens.
Incredible.
Yeah, with that out of the way, the guild sends over both a carriage and a mule. The mule seems to have a bit of a limp. It seems like they didn't probably give the lucrative mule because they're not sure like how your business will stand overall, but they
Right.
send
This
you
is
a carriage and a
my
mule.
mule to do with what I will
Yes.
on off hours when she is not transporting the liquor.
Your business.
Incredible. Free mule.
Well,
Well,
you paid
Can
60 gold
60
and,
gold
and
mule.
5 golds a month.
uh what is that? Can I cast cure wounds? Am I able to tell first? Like you said that the mule is kind of like off. Am I able to tell if there's something off with it?
Yeah, she's a bit of an old girl, so it's kind of obvious that she's walking with a bit of a limp.
Would I be able to cast? Would casting something like cure wounds or anything like that do anything for this mule?
Probably help heal her leg quite a bit, so she'll be able to move maybe a little bit
Then I am
faster.
absolutely. I mean, I'm absolutely going to cast that then.
All right, so you cast Cure Wounds. And then, can you make an animal handling check for me?
Animal handling check. Oh yeah, my animal handling check is super great. Oh wow. Yeah, it's great.
18, great. So after you cast Cure Wounds, she sort of comes over to you and begins to lick your hand.
It's what's it? I think it likes me. Are we gonna name it? What I name
Oh,
You want Martha? I don't know. You can name her if you
That's a
want. Shit, I
terrible
don't care.
name.
well.
Your name is Esteban. Esteban the Mule. It's great. It's got a wonderful presence. I mean, you could turn around and be like, Esteban, bring the cart around. And Esteban comes around. I assume in this scenario, the mule understands common.
With the 18 animal handling check, the mule can understand basic commands. She is a very smart girl.
Let's go, Esteban!
All right, I'll add the mule and cart to your character sheet, Tink. Enzo, are there any jobs you would have done over the past year?
I need you to know that my notes say Esteban, she, her.
Yes, Esteban, she, her. Enzo, do you have anything?
I mean, I legitimately do want to sell my nice clothes. I don't know if like I can do that, but I feel like there's no reason why. Like, I don't know. I mean, can I?
They're decent enough. Let's see. What would Enzo have bought them for? I knew like fine clothes, 25 silver.
Okay, that's it. Okay, well then it's not even worth it. I just felt like he was wearing like designer clothes or something. If they're only 25 silver, then that's not worth
How
it.
many goblins are looking
Actually,
for
I
designer
stand corrected.
clothes?
Fine clothes are 15 gold. Stand corrected.
Oh!
Okay.
So you're
Yeah.
saying they're better than fine. They're designer. So I would say
Yeah.
roll a performance check for me if you're like presenting these outfits, or
Yeah.
it can be
Okay.
another ability check, but drive how you're selling these outfits.
Yeah, I mean, I'll do performance. I mean, I think I just described their thread count. Well, let's see what the rolls say. Yeah, 15. The thread count, the designer that made them for me personally, and like the fine materials that they're made out of. So I think I'm doing that more than like
Is there
modeling them.
any way that I could help that
All right, how would you help promote these clothing?
by making these people very drunk when they're listening?
Right. So, you kind of just like there's some like wealthy uh merchants who come through Rafe Waters of all places. Yes. Oh yes, I love interacting with the poor. It makes me feel ever so wealthier. Oh, Jonathan, could you pull the cart around? It seems to be some fine clothing over here. As they kind of like come out of their carriage and eye the fine clothing and booze. And with Tink's help, you can roll with advantage. Say, they sort of like
Okay.
mingle and they buy a few drinks.
And could I argue because I'm not could I do an intelligence-based performance check because I'm like describing like the materials and whatnot, that kind of stuff?
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna roll again. I'm gonna roll performance, but my intelligence is too higher than my charisma. But that doesn't. Okay, so
So
it'd be a
I'd say, but the
17.
first roll would have been 17.
Okay.
Well, these are certainly finer than our regular clothing. Oh yes, Lucian, yes. Would you part with your clothing for 40 gold pieces?
Um. Well, you drive a hard bargain. Um. Oh, it's gonna be tough to part with these, but oh well.
60 then.
Well, yeah. Yes, you're getting a great deal. These clothes are. Yeah.
I love
Uh.
this juice.
Yeah. I think Enzo knows that I don't think he paid like quite as much as 60 gold for them. So yeah, I think he's gonna accept that deal. Um, and he has armor underneath, so it's not like he's gonna be.
Just immediately
Um,
naked. Just
yeah,
here you go.
Everything out,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Enzo gives up his clothes, and then he immediately buys like a 2 copper jacket from like the like Goodwill equivalent.
That local thrift store, like Rafe Water had plenty of those hard times. Kind of
Yeah.
get this like
Um,
dirty.
Question. Did we hear them as they were coming in and they were talking about, I love hanging out with the quaint townsfolk? Did we hear that?
You know what? They wouldn't be quiet about it. Absolutely.
All right, while they're getting them drunk, I want to sabotage the axle of his cart so that it doesn't break down immediately, but down the road it's going to snap in half.
Make a. I would want to say like any kind of tools check. Give me sleight of hand, just damage the axle, or if you're just attacking it, like.
I mean, I feel like I want to do it to where he doesn't know.
Yeah, they have guards and stuff, so
down the
yeah.
road and bumps around. So what
Does
would
it
that be
count
like?
as help if I get the guards drunk too?
I mean, if they're drunk, they can't see for 5 minutes. With the
wow, yeah,
performance,
we've established
we've
that.
established
Rich.
that. Can I just like attack it?
I would say,
But I don't.
I would say persuade the guards, because this will be a high DC to get them to for their duty, versus like the wealthy people.
As in, I'm doing that.
Oh no, it sounds like Tink wanted to persuade the guards or convince them to not pay attention or to get drunk.
Can I intimidate them to go get drunk?
Die +2 for 21.
Wait,
Yeah!
21. Yeah, do you know this guard is like, come on, drink with us. As the
Trust me. It's gonna fuck you up, but like just for a little bit. It's fine. It's fine. You'll be right as rain once you got to do your work. It's fine. Just
wow,
have a little sip.
incredible 21. So like yeah, they decide to just, head over completely, you know what? Their job is to watch these people. They're over there getting drunk. Obviously, they have to be there too. And you know what? They have to test the drink for poison. Like, that's the right thing to do. So,
Now, I will say it is technically legally considered poison because you do go blind for 5 minutes, but it'll be the best 5 minutes of your life, and then you'll be right as rain.
Arsa shrug, they're just working for the rich family. So they're like, yeah, sure. Then they just cheers and start drinking. So they're completely blind right now. Not deaf, but blind.
Cool. Then I'm just gonna go up and I'm taking my chains. I'm gonna wrap it around the axle. I'm go underneath, and I'm just gonna sit there and sawing at it until it gets about halfway through.
All right, make a stealth check for me with advantage because they can't see, but they can hear. They hear the sound of metal streaking.
Oof.
All right, 21.
Will that be because I'm wearing heavy armor?
Yeah, but you're not.
Am I wearing
around,
heavy armor?
You're not sneaking around with the armor. You're just sawing into the wood. One thing if you're walking around. But yeah, so with advantage, it'll be the 20.
Okay. Fantastic. Yeah, so I just go up, saddle up under there, and I just halfway saw it through, just so that the next good couple bumps will just break the axle. No reason. Just don't like these guys.
This is Tinch after they've left in private, knowing that you've sawn through the axle. Do you want to catch up to them and rob them?
Absolutely. That's a fantastic. I just didn't like them. But if we're going to rob them, let's do it.
So, little down the ways on the dirt road, slightly intoxicated, there's some guardmen going. There's obviously the two kind of pompous. And yeah, you guys are making plans to rob them. Is there anything that you guys would like to do?
I want to cast Snare. Okay, so I think that would we try to lead them some. I don't know exactly though. I feel like this could be useful, but so their wagon breaks down. We know it's gonna break down. Sorry, I'm confusing myself.
Lucian, the wagon's broken. It's not going anymore.
Yeah. So while they're in there, cast it right outside the door, so that the first guy who steps out, gets dragged into the air.
Oh, we're just going straight for it. They're gonna walk out there, and you're just ready to go for it.
Well,
Absolutely.
yeah. Enzo's not wise. He's smart, but he is not wise. So if this is the dumb idea, Enzo doesn't.
No, absolutely. If we're going full force, whole hog, I'm in. Go.
Yeah.
I was gonna go up and try to intimidate, but we're just gonna attack them. Absolutely.
All right. With that, I will say we can roll initiative.
Hey!
Hell yeah.
We're gonna attack the really rich people.
Yeah.
My initiative is great.
22.
All right, we got
I don't
a
even
9,
know if
we
I
got
had
a
an
22,
icon.
and a 12.
12.
I say this would be the perfect point to actually stop our first session. Part of our first combat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tune in next week where we'll have tokens and also can actually have the battle map ready where you guys attack these guards and the two rich folks are riding.
I am absolutely going to kill them. Bar anything, I'm going to kill that one. The one that bought it, I'm getting you your clothes back. Actually, I don't even care about that. I'm just going to kill them.
This could be the grift where we just sell the clothes and
over and over again.
Oh, this is perfect.
All right. Before we end today's recording, is there anything people would like to announce or plug?
Phantasmo and Sons pens. Truly the best pen to write with.
Oh.
Don't get too drunk.
Yeah.
Stay
to plug-
safe, everyone.
I'd like to plug
Stay
water.
hydrated.
Yeah, water. You can put it in anything, even a coffee mug or some other sort of thing.
You
But,
can add ice to your beer, water it down. That's a crime to a lot of countries, but you can do it if
You
your
can do
beer is
it.
room temp and you want to drink.
I don't know how many countries have that rule, but there's
Some of
probably
them.
at least
Yeah.
one
It's an unspoken rule.
unspoken rule.
Germans will be so mad at you if you put ice in your
They're
beer.
just mad about a lot of things.
That's fair.